rendition of Hail to the Chief accurately describes everything that's talked about in this movie, basically. Or, yeah, Nixon. Anyway, hello there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer Guy here, number 257, Robert Altman's Secret Honor, starring the great Philip Baker Hall, a.k.a. Mr. Bookman. Yeah, he's always going to be Mr. Bookman for most of our generation. Yeah, 1984, 90 minutes, color monaural. Not much to say about this one. This one will be pretty short because I can't really describe it. It's based on a play written by two guys named Donald Freed and Arnold M. Stone, and it's basically Nixon doing this and that's the cool thing, and that's the thing I think one of the things I actually really liked about this movie is that Philip Baker Hall, it's an adaptation of a play where it's just one long monologue. So Philip Baker Hall is the only actor in the entire play. I mean, in the whole movie. I mean, and I like that. I like that we only get one person, just doing this whole movie. And yeah, so that just I dug that, So yeah, basically it's a play where Nixon just goes into this office and records his memoirs like on this tape and like films it and tapes it and stuff like that. And he just goes on for like a 90, or 85 plus minute rant about his entire life. Starting off rather coolly, but then just, basically exploding by the end, his mood changes, like he gets all explosive and then calms down, and he asks this guy named Roberto to edit out certain things, and we never, we don't see Roberto, we don't even know if Roberto's a real person. And he sometimes bangs out little tunes on his piano and talks about his mother, and and he just basically he says he's at fault for certain things. He yells at, and he has all these portraits of past presidents. He disregards Eisenhower as just kind of somebody he believed in, but then he, lost faith in him, I guess. And he totally derides Kissinger, and and he talks to his mother's picture and talks about it when his sons died of tuberculosis his brothers died of tuberculosis when they were young. And yeah, it's a lot to take in, and a lot of like foreign to me language about politics and there's a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I don't really have much else to say about it. It's a fantastic performance on Philip Baker Hall's part, and it's one I definitely want. I mean, surprisingly, this is one of those movies that is a surprise for me. I really kind of like this one, and I'd recommend it. I mean, it's definitely one. I mean, even if you don't know, even if you don't, as long as you have like a slight inkling of what Nixon did or had done to him when he was in office, I'd just see it just to see the Hall's performance of Nixon. It's mesmerizing at times, and yeah, that's all I can say about this one. Can't really spoil any plot because it's basically just it's just a 90-minute monologue where, I mean, in the end he almost takes his own life, but in the end he ends up putting the blame on the American people for screwing them. Basically says I guess he screws. I guess in the end he blames the American people for electing him so many times, and I guess saying that they were the ones who screwed themselves over by electing him or something. I don't know. That's how I interpreted it, the ending at least. So if I spoiled that for the movie for you, I apologize. I'm still working on how to get this whole spoiler thing. I mean, this one I didn't know. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to say much about it, so that's about it. So, but still, this is another one of those reviews where I can't really summarize it well. So, go see it. I'm going to give it. There is one aspect of it that I was going to give it an A, but I'm actually going to give it an A- for one aspect, the music. I think the music was a little off-putting because I wanted to hear Nixon ramble for 90 minutes. The music, I mean, in the title sequence and in the credits is acceptable, but throughout the music, throughout the movie, you hear just certain little stings, little like bits of score that were written, I guess, for the movie, and they kind of toy with your emotions as if you're supposed to like feel something different for Nixon. And I think like it would just be so much more, so much more dramatic and so much more, effective if that music wasn't there. If it was just the words of this, madman rambling for, however many minutes. And then you have a little music to, bring us into the movie and take us out of the movie, But for the rest of that movie, it's just Hall. It's just Hall talking, And that would have made the movie like more or less perfect, But that, because you hear these weird string things throughout, it just kind of was like it felt a little too Hollywood, So that was the only aspect of the movie I actually didn't like. And I'm a huge fan of music, but in this case, it just didn't feel good. So Secret Honor gets an A- from me just for the music, and yeah, that's all I can say about that. Supplements, 2 supplements. There's a 22-minute interview with Philip Baker Hall talking about working with Altman and setting up the character and things he brought to the character, like when he waves his gun around, and I think some of the barking. At one point, Nixon barks, and then there's an 81-minute little collection of excerpts from Nixon's speeches, mostly the hits, the Checkers speech, the I am not a crook, thing, and his resignation speech, and the last day in office, speech, and all that. So yeah, it's a really cool, nice collection. If you want to just have the collection of his speeches, it's worth it just for that too. To have it all in one place. There it is. And yeah, that's all I can say. So Secret Honor, A-. Really cool movie, surprisingly good movie, and want to see it again just so I can get a little better grasp of Nixon and his tricks. And yeah, so that's the last review for the year, guys. How about it? We made it through 2015, and I'm still relatively intact. Anyway, so that's it for this year. Next year, next year, another Altman Joy, Tanner 88, number 258? Yeah, 258, Tanner 88. And yeah, we'll do that. And then Saturday, we'll do Fat Girl, which I'm not going to buy because I just realized it's on Hulu, and I've got the Hulu account. So I'll just watch it. I'm just going to do a movie-only review of it. The supplements, if I come across, maybe someday, if I like it, I'll buy it and review the supplements. But for now, we're just going to do a review supplement, a movie review of it. And well, hopefully, maybe someday someday I'll come across the supplements. Maybe they're online, or I'll come across a cheap copy of it. And yeah. So anyway, and then on Monday, Eyes Without a Face. I'm holding the DVD copy right now, but hopefully my friend will have us upgraded to Blu-ray, and it should be a fun little review. It should be something different. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Don't be a crook, even if you say you aren't. And don't put bugs in the White House. Anyway, I can't think of anything else. And yeah, so that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We will see you next year, tomorrow, for Tanner 88. Until then, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Wait a minute. Wait, can I do this way?